Right, guys. First of all, I want to say thank you for agreeing to do this interview with me. I know the fans are really excited to see what you're going to bring to this project, and so am I, to be
And
honest.
we appreciate everything you do too, Darren. You and the other admins and all the fans. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it, and we appreciate it all.
It's,
Yeah,
Welcoming us in. It's awesome.
of course, yeah. And end of the day, we've developed such a big family, and it's
Hmm.
nice to involve you in that family now because you're part of the project. And I'm sure your American fans will enjoy coming over to the fan group as well because they'll be welcomed with open arms as well.
That's
Absolutely.
amazing. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. This project definitely means a lot to us. Yeah, when I went over there in September, I was doing a Festival of the Unexplained when I actually got to investigate the hotel and meet Danny and Brett and Harry and everybody. And I tell you, I fell in love with those guys and the way they do things. I fell in love with the location, the way they investigate, the way they have it all set up. And it was something you really don't see every day. And that's why I was so I was so excited to be a part of this project. I mean, I've worked on lots of projects, not including Ghost Hunters, and it's really awesome to see a grassroots type of project grow into something so big, and to be a part of this, this thing across the oceans. We're thousands of miles away from each other, and to have this family of people come together and start this over here in the States. And I got two of the best guys I could find around here, man, I tell you. And I was very lucky to bring these guys in with me. And I tell you, we're very excited about starting filming this week. Later this week we're actually going to be doing a bunch of stuff at the hotel, at the manor. And I tell you, yeah, I can't say enough great things about this project. Very exciting.
Yeah, I think it's exciting for all of us. And Danny, Beth, and Harry did a live tonight
Hmm.
on YouTube, basically saying they're coming over there and how much they're actually looking forward to working with you at the manor, should I say? Um, and honestly, it's just the way it's grown from when I first went up to the way it is now. It's just unbelievable transformation.
We can't wait to see them guys and meet them guys next week. It's going to be an awesome week, and filming with them. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, the past these couple of weeks have just been surreal, like just watching, the reactions on Facebook and everybody on YouTube. And I've never seen fans like this. And just it just goes to show what kind of show this is and how it's different, and just the reactions from people. And no, I think the approach they take, is really scientific, and they get baselines of the room. Like, no one's doing this stuff. No one's really um really looking for ghosts or looking for, jump scares and likes. And, these guys are definitely different than anything that's out there. And it's just incredible to be a part of it.
It's the cool part. I mean, the part that I find really interesting and exciting about it is the fans get to be a part of it.
Mhm.
Uh, the
Yep.
fans get the chance to come to these locations and actually investigate and do their own investigations and stay the night and camp out, basically. Or be a part of an investigation, that any of us are doing at these locations as well sometimes, which is very interesting. And I've never seen anything like that anywhere where you get to be a part of a show.
Hmm.
It's something I've actually thought of doing for several years now, and then I see these guys are doing it, and I'm like, wow, I want to be a part of this because this is very cool. This is something, you give back to because usually the fans don't get the chance to do that with you. They really don't.
Hmm.
They get to watch a 30 or 43-minute episode of a show, and then they got to wait till next week. And then when the season's over, hopefully another season comes back, and they get to be a part of that. So yeah, it's they get to actually come out to these locations if they're able to stay the night, investigate, be a part of the show, especially if something happens, because they're gonna be, nowhere have I seen where there's gonna be cameras running, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, in these locations. And that's pretty freaking incredible, capturing everything that's happening when no one's even in the building. So yeah, that's pretty unique.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's quite unique the fact they brought the live cameras in now into the hotel. And to be honest, I've not got much sleep since they came on.
Just staring at
See
the,
that's the
great
credit
sky.
though. That's a credit. We need that. We need you guys staying up and watching these cameras. And you know, we're gonna be the same way. Maybe not at first, but we're gonna get to that point where we have live cameras, and the fans are so important to capture and, you know, document that evidence that we can look back on and then feature in the episode. So we appreciate you guys staying up and losing sleep watching that stuff.
Before I arranged this interview, I did ask the fan group for questions to ask you guys. And it'd be nice to ask you these questions just to give a bit of interaction back to them as well, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
The first one that came up was, what made you all want to join the My Haunted HQ project?
I'll say, you know, Daryl asked us. And we, it was just right away seemed like such a cool idea. Trey and I, you know, we dove into the series and just I ate every single episode, just loved it. And you know, subscribed to the VHX and, you know, tore through that and, you know, just watching it back to back, and it's so compelling, and you really can like go back and binge this because it's just so much activity, and it's you know, a no-brainer. Yes, of course we would do this. But yeah, Daryl came to us with this. We were working at the fort in Delaware, and you know, it was just an unbelievable opportunity. Yeah, like this is the dream.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could say, to kind of piggyback on what Jeff's saying. I actually, I know Trey had been following me for a while over the years, and I actually got to meet Trey for the first time back in October, and I saw his work ethic. And then I got to meet Jeff. I did basically what happened. I did 2 events at Fort Delaware over in October, and I got to meet both these guys and see how well they work together. They're brothers. They're local too, which is great for, because we're 10, 15, 20 minutes away from each other, which in the States is unheard of. So it's nice to have that, where we can just reach out to each other. We have to do something, we have to film something, we can all be together within an hour or so if we had to be. But the work ethic of these guys was amazing. And I saw, the stuff they put out for the fort, for Diamond State DSGI, and I tell you, I was blown away because these guys really haven't done anything on that level before. So I said, man, this is a golden opportunity because I've already had, we've already talked, Danny and all of us talked, and Harry and Brett, and I knew it was going for it, but at the time I just didn't know how it was going to go for it because there's a lot of moving parts. And I mean, this is huge. This is I don't think people realize how big this is and how huge it is with moving parts for what we're having to do, to nail down a location, a good location, to a great owner like Amy, who's willing to bring in the cameras, let it film all the time, and to be a part of this project is amazing. And and like I said, the whole reason, I wanted to be a part of this whole project was because, like, when I was over there in September, I fell in love with the project, the way they were doing it. And it just, we started brainstorming, the guys over there and myself. And then, I brought these guys in, Jeff and Trey. And that's where it's at now, man. It's fast forward. We're here. We're getting ready to film. It was very quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a bit of a whirlwind.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was like holidays, and I blinked.
Yeah, I think if the holidays, if there wasn't any holidays, I think we would already been probably filming by now. If it was like summer or something. It's just, we had to get through, Christmas and New Year's, Thanksgiving, all that stuff over here. And, for the families and everything. But I think we've probably been filming a month or so ago if it wasn't for that. And plus, the weather over here is not the greatest right now. We're bogged down with snow and everything, but it's getting nice this week. And we got a perfect time to go out there and to get a lot of filming done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Going back this Saturday. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Back in there.
Mhm.
So you've just sort of touched on this, but what are you all three of you actually hoping to gain from this project?
To do something different in the field. It's I think our goal. Do something completely different. It's never been done before. And if it's ever been done before, I don't know about it, but I don't think it's been done at this level, where you're bringing, the UK and the US together for a paranormal, show that's never been done at these locations that are very active, and to bring the public in, to allow the public to come in and film and be a part of it, to be a part of the show. Why? I mean, not to be sarcastic, but who wouldn't want to be a part of that? If you didn't, it's like you got to be insane, because it's so different, and the sky is the limit. I mean, we're basically, the three of us over here in the States are executive producing our own show 24/7, and we're doing it the way we want to do it. And we're following the blueprints of My Haunted HQ, and we're taking those blueprints and we're kind of tweaking them to fit the US way of doing things. And it's something that the public has never seen before. So it's huge. I mean, dude, I worked on Ghost Hunters, and I tell you, I'm more excited about this and there's nothing, not knocking Ghost Hunters, because my time on Ghost Hunters was great. I had I love it, and I wouldn't change it for the world. But this is something different. This is something you could, like a baby, you can mold. You can grow it and do what you want with it. And like I said, and just make it something phenomenal for the public, not just for us, but for the public.
Me, since I've been investigating, what I've learned is that when we do an investigation and it's one night that we're at a place, that's never enough time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're going to be able to be here and it's an ongoing investigation, that's what I'm most looking forward to. Because I think that's how investigations should be. You can't find out if a place is haunted over one night. There's no way.
No, of course.
I've been doing this for a while now, and I've been going to the Fort Delaware every year, every weekend, every October, and 3 weekends in a row, nothing happens. And then that last weekend, it's extremely active. So the fact that we're here all the time, and we got these cameras set up, I think it's awesome, and I think it's the future of paranormal investigations, honestly.
Me personally, as well as the fans, I think this is what draws us back all the time, is the fact that it's our investigation rather than somebody taking us around and doing it with us. We're just left to find our own answers and get our own footage from this and our own knowledge of what's going on in the building. And
it's the mind.
Me personally,
you're the mind.
Right. Yeah.
This
is your fans of the stars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love it. I love the concept.
And those guys have just caught some amazing stuff. And that's, when you go out with, to do a ghost hunt, you take a camera with you, and that's what you want, is you want to capture something. And yeah, just being here 24/7, that's just increases our odds that much more that we'll catch something, get closer to answers, what's going on, what is it? Why is it? What can we find out by being there, 24/7?
Yep.
If there was any other location you could investigate, where would it be and why?
I would say the top of my bucket list is the St. Augustine Lighthouse, Florida. That episode in Ghost Hunters, that's one of the only shows I watch now. Was such a cool episode. And ever since I saw that when I was a little kid, that's what made me fall in love with paranormal investigations. I've always wanted to go there. And then, spending a vacation in Florida and topping it off with an investigation at St. Augustine Lighthouse, that would be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, well, I mean, to kind of follow up on what Trey said, I've investigated St. Augustine Lighthouse twice, and St. Augustine alone, just the city is amazing. It's the oldest city in America, and it's beautiful. The lighthouse is not just the lighthouse, but the property is very active. Even out in the woods around the property is very, very active. If you ever watched my episode there, and it was such a great time. So yeah, that's definitely. I think that's a bucket list for a lot of people, to be honest with you. You know, obviously, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'd have to say like maybe like the Stanley Hotel or something. You know, like
that's a good one.
Huge like Shining fan. So
Absolutely.
So
I mean,
do you got any, Daryl?
It's hard for me, man, because I've done so many. I mean, one that always goes, you know, I come back to, and I don't know if it'll ever happen, but would probably be Amityville, the actual Amityville house. I mean, with the movie from the '70s and all the sequels to it. I know there's stories that it was haunted, that it's not haunted. I would just love to go there and investigate, just to see for myself what's there. Is it active? Is it not active? And just to actually be in that property, that house would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's a hotel in England, in Chester, England, the old King's Head, that I'd love to check out as well.
Never heard of that one.
I've been there. That's pretty cool, man.
There's like so many locations that I would love to just set up cameras 24/7 and just patch into whenever I wanted to, and just you know what's going on, what got caught this week, you know, just to have that opportunity is really cool. Just to, you know, we're gonna have that on our laptops, on our phones, you know, we'll be able to watch remotely, you know, so to be able to do that and tap into the manor anytime we want is something that, you know, you don't get from any other location.
No, of course. So what made you choose the Samuel Miller Mansion as for this project?
So I'd done, over the last 3 or 4 years, I've investigated it twice during events. They actually hired me to come in and do events with the public. The first one was back in 2020, and the place, when you walk in there, it just has the look, it has the feel, and that's a big thing when it comes to filming a location, especially the look. You know, you can only feel it being there, but when you can take that look and kind of put it on you know, on a show, and kind of give it to the public, and you know, when they see this place, they're gonna know what we're talking, you know, what I'm talking about. With the guys have been there also. And then my second one was actually just this past year, back in June. I was there again, and I tell you, the time I spent there that night, the place was crazy active. I mean, very intelligent activity, where, you know, we were asking for, you know, for to do certain things, kind of basically, you know, do tricks for us, and it was doing it. And that's not something you see every day. The very audible type, you know, loud running through the building, footsteps, and things of that nature. There's been some really cool footage captured there, not by myself or anything, but I've seen some really cool videos and pictures, which I'm hoping we'll capture as well while when we're filming there. We should, you know, definitely be able to, you know, nail some of that stuff down for you guys. But I think that's why I picked it, and it's, geographically speaking, it's in the perfect place for us. And believe me, it was not. It took me. I mean, I worked on, you know, finding a location for a couple of months, and I have, you know, I really went through a bunch of them, come through a bunch of different places that I thought would work, and then one would, you know, it would be too pretty. And one would be not as active as the you know, but it had the look. But I tell you, when it came down to it, Samuel Miller had all of it. It had the look. It has the history. It, geographically speaking, it's perfect for us. So yeah, and you have an owner who's and Amy, the owner, she's very open to what we're doing. She's very into the paranormal. And she's wanting to find out for herself. She's only owned the location, I think, maybe 6 years, 5 or 6 years, and to have us come in and set up cameras, you know, 24/7 and everything. She was very open to that, which is a big plus. And to really get out there the name of the location, and to be able to, you know, really get behind this place. and showcase it to the world, because it's definitely one of those locations I think everybody should investigate, because it's very active, and I've always had great things happen there.
So me and Jeff have only been there once. We were filming some stuff there, and we had some experiences as a little teaser for you guys. And as we were looking back on the B-roll, we caught what might be like a breathy, like yeah. So I mean, we're gonna look back on that, but you might see that in one of the first episodes. So definitely some early excitement building already at the place.
Yeah, they were just there shooting B-roll. This is back in December. They went out and shot a bunch of B-roll for a day, and they were getting audible footsteps and things like that in the building. So yeah, that was just them during the day hanging out, trying to get some pictures of the location.
Yeah, when I've been to the hotel, a lot of the time I do hear the footsteps as well, and I don't know if that's quite common for paranormal locations. But the first time I ever went, I went with my friend, and we heard the footsteps outside room 6. Opened the door, and the footsteps carried on.
Yeah,
it was quite a experience.
It's a weird feeling, isn't it? When you hear that, it's your brain can't process it. It's weird.
So the next question is to each one of you, really. What's your favorite equipment that you use on investigations?
I think mine would be I love using body cams, because it's like having an extra investigator with you, where I could just clip it on, turn it on, and just go about my business. And you half the time you forget you even have it on. I've captured some amazing footage with body cameras. When I was in Alaska filming for Ghost Hunters, is where I caught the full body apparition on a body cam twice. So I'm a big advocate of the body cam. Another one would probably be the EDI Plus. It's an all-one tool. It does vibration, it does EMF, temperature increase, decrease, pressure, humidity. It's an all-in-one tool. It's very well shielded, so walkie-talkies and phones and things of that nature can't set it off and give you false readings.
Yeah.
What would you say, Troy?
I would say, any kind of camera or audio, digital recorder, stuff like that. I think the best thing though, when it comes to other pieces of equipment, REM pods and EMF detectors, is when you can combine that with, a digital recorder or, a video camera. If you catch, an apparition walking by and the REM pod goes off, I think that's when you really know you got something. Just because with those pieces of equipment, it's sometimes when they go off, REM pods, they detect temperature. Sometimes you don't know if that's paranormal or not. So I think just when you can combine, if you can have a camera set up with a piece of equipment, and then if you can catch some kind of visual evidence and have, a REM pod or EMF detector, or, whatever go off, motion detector, that's when you really know you got something.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I have a nice, night vision camera where you're looking into, other handheld, things that are light you can carry and kind of run and gun is kind of our style. We don't do too much of, spirit boxes, or we're trying to get into more of that, doing some more SDs experiments, and maybe some like double blind SDs. I don't know if you ever done, or seen that, where
the SDS, yeah.
It's interesting if those correlate, and maybe there's something with Trey and I being brothers, something we could tap into, we could hold it. I was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about Fitbits, and that could be an interesting idea, where if a Fitbit recognizes that your skin temperature changes, or your heartbeat changes, that could also correlate with some different personal experiences. It's something, I feel like something touched me, and maybe we can back it up with some sort of data.
Right. At that time, that Fitbit detected a heart rate increase. That's cool.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I like that.
That's a good idea, that one. Yeah.
Why not? Yeah, and it's not supposed to affect, if it doesn't affect the equipment, I'm open to testing anything. That's the fun of it. And the HQ guys, you know, they've got some good equipment.
That Paravox thing looks cool.
Paracasters,
or what is it? Yeah.
Paracaster. Something
Have you asked
I'd like to
Danny?
get and try and test out.
Have you asked Danny if you can buy that off him yet? Because he's not for selling it to anybody.
Yeah. We're in talks. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's a little Christmas gift from the We'll see.
So the next question is, what are your views on the Grace doll, and do you have any similar items over there that you're going to be using in the manor?
I think eventually, I mean, you're going to see us adding things on as we go, and and doing certain experiments and things of that nature, and maybe adding some haunted objects to the location to see if it changes the atmosphere in any way. Gray style. I actually investigated that room when I was there, and spent like a half hour in there, and it's definitely interesting. It's I know that the claims are they've had a lot of activity, start kicking up once they introduce that, and I find it very interesting, when you can take a haunted object or something that has an attachment and put it into another location that is possibly very active, and to see how it changes the atmosphere. So yeah, I think it's a really cool concept. I didn't know anything about the Gray style until before that, until I got introduced to when I was there. So yeah, it's very cool. And like I said, keep an eye out, because we'll be every episode and every month or two, we're going to add new stuff to this project, new things coming in to spice it up and to change things, and see what works and what doesn't work. And yeah,
Of course, yeah.
I think it's good to kind of go in and get a good, maybe a season of just a baseline manner. This is what people are experiencing now as is. See if we can debunk some of that before we bring too much in. That's, could, we just won't know exactly what the manor was before we brought it in. So just a study of the manor out of the box is really interesting, and to see how it changes as we bring stuff in.
Of course, yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, that's basically what the hotel did. They started introducing things bit by bit, and obviously they've got the actual museum now, where people have sent their own supposedly haunted items in, and it's nice to investigate them items to see what else it brings to the hotel, and if they are actually have attachments or anything like that.
And then
we don't want to oversaturate the show on the first season. We want to keep adding things as we go on, just little things here and there, and that's the great thing about this team, and not just us, but Haunted HQ is just adding things all the time, and changing things, tweaking things, and see what works, what doesn't work, and that's what you're going to see with us. You're just going to see this gradual climb and different experiments we're going to do. We might even bring in the people just to see, guests and stuff like that. So we'll see. It's everything's up in the open, and it's great that we have that power to do that, and to do it the way we want to do it, and to and investigate the way we want to investigate this location. And document it.
Exciting.
So the last question that I've got is, as you're doing this project, are you going to be releasing stuff onto the VHX that's already set up, and are you going to be releasing like the hotel does fortnightly episodes on YouTube?
Everything we're doing is going on to the YouTube and the VHX. So yeah, I mean, you're going to see behind the scenes type stuff, stuff that you're not going to see on YouTube with VHX. So yeah, just keep your eyes out, and you're going to it's just going to be.
It'd be the same thing as a hotel, I would say. It's just going to be the US version, the manor version. But it'll be pretty similar.
It's all very exciting. And
the idea is, once we get rolling, is to kind of alternate, hotel comes out, every 2 weeks, we would kind of fill that gap so that you
Right.
get a
Yeah, of course,
weekly
yeah.
fix.
Yeah.
Plus the lives.
Yeah.
It's
Lives, VHX. We'll have all of that. We'll be doing the same.
And plus, we'll be doing we're going to be doing events there too. The three of us, where we're going to be there at least once a month with the public, doing events, investigating with them, allowing them to do their thing. And I think most of that's going to be starting maybe in March. So keep an eye out for that as well.
Because I do know a few people that I've been speaking to that are already planning on coming over there. So you've put the word out.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of messages from people on social media asking when we're actually opening for them to come to the location, not just from the UK, from the States too. People over here who are followers of me, who are followers of Haunted HQ already. I've had people from all the way from like California, Colorado, places like that already saying, "Hey, how can we book and when can we book?" And I was like, "Hang out. We're sorting all that now, and just stay tuned."
Yep, absolutely.
Excited. So that's all the questions from the fan group. Do you have a final message for the fans out there already?
Here you go. I would say, like we've been saying, we're kind of starting from square one. We're starting where, the My Haunted Hotel started, a few years ago. So just be patient with us. We're not to the level that they're at yet, but we're going to build our way to that. So there's going to be stages to it. So just be patient with us. We appreciate your support and we love yous. And let's do this.
Yeah, big thank you to everybody, all the fans, and it's just been an amazing response, and we can't wait to officially get this thing off the ground and running, and get you guys in there.
Yep.
Yeah, just thank you for the warm welcome from everybody from Haunted HQ, the fans of Haunted HQ and everything, the mansion, and thank you for allowing us to join your family of of shows and everything. And it's very exciting for us as much as I hope for you. And like I think Trey said it best. Be patient. Things are we're like I said, this is very like fast forward for us. This project, it just hit the ground and it's running, and it's like a freight train right now. So we're getting we're kind of just getting everything together, and we're working out all the kinks. And hopefully, in the next several months, we'll start doing the live as well. Right now, we're just getting all the cameras and everything set up in the building for the viewing, for the show, everything. And like I said, we're going to start filming here in the next week or so, and it's very exciting for us to get the first couple episodes out to you guys. And the boys are coming over, and it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, they mentioned in the lives that they were coming over, and they're really looking forward to it, and they'll be on the best behavior.
Yeah, we'll see about that. It's gonna be a good time.
Can't wait. Yeah, we're so excited. We're ready to go.
Right. I just want to thank you all for taking your time to speak to me, and to all the fans. It's been nice to actually get to know you as people as well. And even leading up to this, the way you've been interacting on the fan groups and on the pages, and I know you've got a good response from all the fans, and I think they all love you as well as they love the guys at the hotel already. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it's been a very, very warm welcoming. Very exciting for us, because you don't know how you're going to walk into something, especially if us being new to this way of doing things, this blueprint, if you want to call it that, of filming, and to do a new location for you guys, and bringing it to the States is a big thing, not just for us but for you guys as well. And we're very thankful for everyone getting behind us and being very supportive.
Yeah, thanks, Darren. Thanks for doing this, hosting this.
Of course,
we really appreciate it. We love all you guys and everything that you do and all the support you guys give us, for sure.
Yeah, thank you, Darren.
You're welcome. And just remember that if you need anything from us at all to help you with the fan side of things, then we're always here for you.
Very cool. We appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you for your time.
Thank
That was
you.
really good, guys. I think let's do it and let's record it this time.
Let's get back from the beginning.
Thank you,
Way past
Darren.
my bedtime for that.
Yeah, we'll
I
do
love
it again for a safety reason.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Perfect.
Darren. Get
Thank
some
you very
sleep,
much for
buddy.
your time, guys.
Huh?
See you guys.
Thank
See
you.
you.
You guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.